Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and today I'm going to talk about Netflix. Netflix just dropped a bomb, a big bomb, on their earnings announcements. There's a lot of changes and developments with Netflix that might make you interested in buying this stock and might help you understand why my wife and I own thousands of dollars in Netflix stock. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I am your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about black wealth and black economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day. On this platform, we've helped over 10 million black people learn how to buy their first share of stock, and we've gone around the world and we built a black-owned institution. We created an HBCU, y'all. We created an HBCU, and we did it with our own money because black people can do anything. We can do anything. If you believe black people can do anything, put a yes in the chat. Write anything or be one in the chat and let us know how excited you are about the future because we are getting it done. I heard today that the Florida governor just banned AP African American Studies from the school system, and I don't think that's a good thing. I think it's bad. I wish he hadn't done that. But here's the thing that you got to understand as we talk about Netflix. I promise you, we're going to get to Netflix in a second, but I got to start off with this. Why in the world do you think anybody else should be teaching black people our history anyway? Who taught you that the public school system is supposed to teach you about yourself? What do you think? I mean, give me a yes, give me another yes in the chat if you agree that whenever they teach us about ourselves, they teach us the wrong stuff anyway. Think about it. That's why most of y'all's kids don't know nothing about no Marcus Garvey. Your kid didn't. If your kids know about Marcus Garvey, I bet you they didn't learn it in school. Give me a yes in the chat if you understand. So I'm not trying to say that I agree. I'm not trying to say that I think Ron DeSantis is a great governor. I'm not trying to say any of that. But what I am saying is I believe, one of our fundamental tenets in the black business schools that we believe black people should educate our own children, create our own jobs, and support our own businesses. It does not mean that you can't go to public school. It just means we're going to take over the educational process. It doesn't mean you can't work for other people. It just means that we got to own assets while we're working so that you can eventually own businesses and real estate and stocks. So I just want to start the conversation there so we can know why we're doing this. I'm going to give you the what and the how. We're going to talk about Netflix in a minute. I promise you. I just needed that like 60 seconds to remind us of who we are and remind us that we're black. Let me know if that's okay for me to do that. Y'all know how I am. All right, so let's jump into the Netflix thing. Let me pop this up here. So Netflix just released their earnings report. I've been waiting on this, and I was here earlier today, and we were talking about the government debt ceiling. I promise you, I'm gonna finish that. I'm gonna do a part two on that. I was interrupted by the fire alarm, so I'm so sorry for that. The fire alarm went off right in the 4 minutes into the podcast, so I didn't get a chance to talk about the debt ceiling crisis happening in the government. I am going to come back to that and check with the channel each day because we do content several times a day. And I think I'm shadow banned because I don't think black intelligence is really supported on these platforms. So because I'm shadow banned, even if you share and subscribe and you follow the channel, sometimes you may not get a notification. I can't help that. I'm gonna do my best. So here's the deal. All right, so Netflix stock. I've been a big owner in Netflix stock for a while. I started buying a lot of it when the price went down because I read some analyst reports and I liked what the direction the company was taking. I was waiting today eagerly, like a little kid waiting for their birthday party. Like literally, I was super excited to hear Netflix's earnings report because I wanted to know where Netflix was. Now, the bad news was that Netflix did not meet its earnings numbers. The numbers fell short of expectations. But the good news outweighed the bad. There was a lot of interesting news with Netflix. Number one, Netflix had a crazy amount of subscriber growth. This past quarter, they were expected, I think, to get maybe 3 to 4 million subscribers. Maybe I'm getting the number wrong, but I believe that was the expectation. They cracked 7.5 million new subs with Netflix, and I think that's totally cool. I think the reason that they did this is because they have some great shows right now. How many of y'all got kids that are watching like maybe Wednesday? I don't know if anybody's watching Wednesday from the Addams Family. They've got some show called Glass Onion or something that's doing really well, and a few other shows. I think Harry and Meghan were on there, whatever. I guess because we always get excited when black people like marry like slave masters from Europe or something. I think that somehow is in a weird way like something that people think is fascinating. But either way, though, those shows have really popped up Netflix, and people are subscribing so they can watch those shows. So Netflix stock it really took a boost. After hours trading, that's a little image right off of Robinhood. You can see right here, Netflix stock grew almost 4% after hours. I hope that little pop maintains itself. It kind of went up and went down a little bit, but it looks like some money was made. So I'm super happy. My wife is going to give me some extra kisses because of that. Now, do me a favor real quick. If you could, please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, share, subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And also, I wanted to say thank you to the sponsor of today's podcast, EssenceTree.com. Essence Tree, they have a lot of body lotions, sorry, that are great for your skin. It's a Black woman-owned product. They are sponsoring today's podcast. I want to say thank you to EssenceTree.com. If you want to support, just go to take a look at their website, see if you can use some of their products. And also, if you want to sponsor a podcast, just go to drboycefinance.com and talk to the people there. And if your product is a fit for this platform, we would consider doing a Dr. Boyce shout out. It's not free, but we have to make sure there's a fit. All right, so let's get back to Netflix. So with Netflix, the interesting thing here, if you look at subscriber growth of Netflix over the years, Netflix has had crazy subscriber growth. I mean, if you look at these numbers, they're outrageous. I mean, Netflix has literally kicked Blockbuster in the butt, destroyed, mutilated, stomped Blockbuster into the ground, and then became this beast of their own. And up until about 2015, there was really nobody really competing with Netflix. I remember I had a long conversation with Will Smith's brother, Harry, and I was sitting there talking to Will Smith's brother, and Harry is a smart guy, and he looks just like Will, which is kind of weird because I felt like I was looking at Will when I was looking at him. And we were talking for hours, and one of the things I remember him mentioning was that when Hollywood studios would bid for a movie, that that they were kind of floored that Netflix was coming in with such heavy numbers, and Netflix could come in and just triple the bid of the nearest studio. So Netflix had a beautiful model. They were able to jump in on this internet thing, make it work, kick butt, take names. It was awesome. And for years, Netflix would measure its growth, they measure its success based on the number of new subscribers. That was the trend for a very long time. That was the trend in an economy with a lot of easy money. That was the trend in an economy where growth was very easy to obtain. That is no longer the trend now. Netflix's CEO Reed Hastings announced in the earnings call, we're no longer going to measure our company based on the subscriber growth anymore. We're going to go Boyce Watkins now. He didn't say it like that, but this is what I was saying to myself. He said we're going to go with the Boyce Watkins method and stop measuring based on growth and trying to just grow ourselves into the ground and use up all our excess cash flow trying to grow. Instead, we're going to focus on revenue and profitability, which I really love. I think that that's a safer way to grow anyway. I think this whole idea of going deeper in debt just so you can keep growing, it's a little bit of a fool's game, and you put yourself in a really vulnerable position. If you recall, Netflix stock used to fly super high. I want to say it would hit almost $700 a share, and now it's hovering at what was it? Let me see. Let me pull that chart up again. Netflix stock is approximately what? That's 328. So it's been through hell, but it went from extreme hell to just kind of moderate hell. So you're still in hell, but if you go from extreme hell to moderate hell, money gets made there. I've made thousands of dollars on Netflix because I was able to buy a good company very cheap. So I love the adjustment. I think it's very, very smart. I think that this fits the new economy they're in. You're no longer in a low interest rate environment. You're now in an economy that's a little more consistent with traditional economic models, and that whole grow at any cost model that tech companies are taking on, they're now paying for it. Amazon's laying off thousands of workers. Microsoft is laying off thousands of people. A lot of the tech companies, Facebook is laying off thousands of workers. A lot of those companies that were grow, are now sort of pulling back on the reins a little bit and taking their time. The other interesting thing about Reed Hastings, the CEO of Netflix, is how many of y'all knew this? He's no longer the CEO. And how many of y'all knew this? Reed Hastings just announced also, in addition to announcing that the company was going to change its focus and that their subscriber numbers were exceeded expectations, and some other really good news. They also announced some good news. They said Reed Hastings is no longer our CEO. They're going to bring in some fresh blood. So this is what I expected. This is why I bought Netflix stock. When they got their butts kicked last time, I bought Netflix stock because I knew that they would sit there with their smartest people and come up with a good solution. I knew it's the same reason I made a bunch of money on Weight Watchers stock. I bought it when they were at their worst, and I heard Oprah say, we're going to fix this no matter what. So I bought Weight Watchers stock at that time, not because I just love Weight Watchers. I mean, Lord, I can't even discipline myself to eat that food. It don't taste that good, and I want a cheeseburger or something. I don't want no Weight Watchers. But I bought Weight Watchers because I believe in Oprah. I believe Oprah is a determined person. I don't believe Oprah wants to lose. So it happened just like clockwork. Oprah fixed the company. She used her own brand. Next thing you know, Weight Watchers is taken off, and that stock made me a ton of money. So ultimately, Netflix is fixing itself. Netflix is becoming more efficient. They are adapting to a new economy. They have a new ad only tier, which I think is great in their partnership with Microsoft. I like this company. So if you want to ask me, Boyce, well, you've owned Netflix stock all this time. How do you feel about it going forward? Oh, I'm about to go buy some more. I'm going to keep buying Netflix stock for a while because I do like this company as a long-term investment. This is not investing advice, but that's what I'm doing, and that's just that is just what it is. Okay. So anyway, tonight we're going to meet in the passive recurring income program, Dr. Boyce Prime, and we're going to talk about how to generate consistent income, how I generate income in my own life by selling stock options. And it's a matter of picking the right stocks, and it's just setting up the right strategy and making the right adjustments. So if you want to join us, you can still go sign up. Just go take a look. Feel free to go to drboyceprime.com. It's a very popular program. A lot of our students have done really well. One of our students made $250,000 last month. I'm not making this up. It's a real person. Another student came up to me just the other day. You saw the video. He said that he and his wife just bought a new house with $700,000 cash. And he said, I was broke when I first signed up. So this is real stuff. So, and I like hearing you guys' stories. So keep telling me the stories. When I meet you, because I talk to a lot of you around the country and around the world, actually, we go around the world. And I don't always get to hear all the stories. So if you're making more money because of the Black Business School, then let us know, because that makes me really happy, because I want to see you succeed. I want to see you win. So drboyceprime.com. That's literally, I invest right alongside with the students. So it's not like I'm telling you guys about doing things that I wouldn't do myself. This is what I actually do. So anyway, I'm out of here. Hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe. I want to say thank you also to the sponsor of today's podcast, essencetree.com. And if you're wondering why I'm live so much all the time, it's because I got so much to say to y'all, and so many things are happening in the world. So keep checking back on the channel. I mean, since you may not get the notification, but I guarantee you, every time you pop in here, you will gain and learn something new and better, and you will be smarter. You're going to be the smartest investor in your family. Just keep kicking it with us. I guarantee you that you will win because of it. And here's my new book, by the way, in case you haven't seen it. It's called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. I'm going to do a book tour this spring. I'm going to about 7 cities. And feel free to take a look. You can go to boycewatkins.com and get a copy if that so interests you. So God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. I'm going to pop back in a little bit later. There's so many things to talk about. And somebody mentioned, how many videos do you do per day? I do as many as required. That's just what it is. So take care, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Be good. Peace.